Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. High and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. High and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart.
Open my eyes.
Open the eyes. Open the eyes.
Open my eyes.
Open my eyes, Lord.
I want to see you.
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 I want to see you. Want to see you.
Good morning. I'm Reverend John Riley. I have the joy of serving as your senior minister, and I'd like to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. Thank you for being with us today. And we want you to know that Unity is a global spiritual movement, bringing people together from all backgrounds and all walks of life. We teach positive, practical spiritual principles that you can apply in your life every day to help you live a more joyful and abundant life. Thank you for being a part of our service this morning, our service experience. And whether you're here in person, watching live on the live stream, or watching during the week, know that you are in our hearts and in our prayers. And wherever you are in this moment, you're in the right place at the right time right now, because God is. Yes? We are so blessed to have with us Lisa Whitfield as our platform leader, Ronnie Beck on drums, Russell Norman on piano, and Margot LeDuc is our soloist this morning. So I invite you all to stand as Margot leads us in our opening songs.
with God. I am remembering who I am. 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 I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
Woo! Yes, yes. Love for the band. Good morning, Unity Palo Alto. It's great to see everybody here. I know a lot of people, the sniffles are going around, so we might have a few people watching online. Hello. Maybe you're watching later in the week, but wherever you are, like Reverend John said, you're in the right place at the right time right now. We're not walking on this spiritual journey alone. We're with people from all over the planet, and of course, we have a map, which is called the 5 Principles, right? If you are new to Unity, there's a welcome card in the pew in front of you, and you can follow along as I take you through the journey of the 5 Principles before we start walking. The first one is God is. There is only one power and one presence active in the universe and in our lives. God, the goodness, omnipotence. Even during Halloween, there might be scary evil things, in Target or coming to your door on Thursday night, but that's not how the universe is. There's only one power, God. And we aren't separate from it, and that's our second principle, I am. God is the substance and intelligence innate in every person and in all creation. We are all part of that divine energy. There's no separation. Our third principle is the law of mind action, which tells us that the thoughts we have in our heads can produce outcomes in the world. And sometimes we might put negative energy into our thoughts. And have you noticed that when you have one negative thought, the hits just keep coming? It's really, yes, but I'm here all week. Not really. Not really. I go home. I don't live here. When you have a negative thought, sometimes that emotional state that it creates makes it really easy to think of another negative thought and another and another. And pretty soon you're living in a place that's not even real anymore, right? And it can be really hard to interrupt that process. So you know what we recommend in Unity? The fourth principle, meditation and affirmative prayer. That's how we connect with the creative, constructive power of God to live in, through, and as us. And I found that meditation practice is really important at helping me to be aware when I'm in that negative energy cycle. So even if you're meditating and you think, I'm doing this wrong because my mind keeps wandering, that means you're doing it right, because you're learning how to come back to awareness. And that's really what you need in the moment before you can affirm who you are, which is what we do in affirmative prayer. Our fifth principle, and as you know, the secret sauce of Unity, is daily practice. When we do this every day, we're going to get better. It's just like a muscle. And that's how we're going to express more of the divine within us, and we're going to create a better life for ourselves and for others. When we put all these principles together, That's how we live out our vision statement, and I'd like you to affirm it with me. Together, centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Yes, we can do that. That's a thing we do. And now our reading from the Daily Word. Today's Daily Word is creative. I'll read the affirmation and then invite you to affirm it with me. The creative energy of spirit expresses through me. Together, the creative energy of spirit expresses through me. Stunning visual arts. Inspirational music. A brilliant performance. These are all lovely examples of creativity, but they are by no means the only ones. Creativity is the very nature of life. From the most soaring, soul-inspiring instants to the mundane moments that fill daily life, creative acts abound. Creative activities are prayers in action, a continuation of divine activity in its infinite manifestations. Living is a creative act. It's the way I am in the world, the way I love, and the way I relate to all others. Understanding it in this way, I see how I am using my thoughts, feelings, and imagination to create my experiences. I bring my divine gifts to life through my creativity. This is from Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image according to our likeness, and let them have dominion."
Lord, make me a house. Make me a house of prayer. Lord, make me a house. Make me a house of prayer. Lord, make me a house. Make me a house of prayer. A house of prayer. Lord, make me a house. Build me a house of prayer. Oh yeah. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Fire of my altar never burn out. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Make me a house of prayer. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Fire of my altar never burn out. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Make me a house of prayer. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Oh, may it never burn out, never burn out. Make me a house of prayer. Lord, make me a house. Make me a house of prayer. Lord, build me a house. Build me a house. Build me a house of prayer. A house of prayer. Build me, build me, build me a house of prayer. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Fire of my altar never burn out. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Make me a house of prayer. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Fire of my altar never burn out. May the fire of my altar never burn out. Make me a house of prayer. Oh, make me, make me a house. Make me a house. Build me a house of prayer. Oh, Lord. May it not burn out. May it not burn out. May it not burn out. Build me, build me, build me a house of prayer, Lord. I need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you to build us a house of prayer. Build us a house of prayer. Build us a place to pray. Lord, build us a house of prayer. Build us a house of prayer. A house of prayer. A house of prayer. A house of prayer.
Hello, lovelies. It is so nice to see you all today. You're so rosy and beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so grateful to be here today. You know, I was thinking, oh, happy Halloween. I was thinking about what I would be for Halloween this time. And I thought about being a house. A house of prayer? Okay, thank you, Paul. I'll pay you later. I thought about being Shazam, I am. I thought about being George Costanza and a dictator minister. I don't know. Was that your experience? No. Everyone was good with it. So it's okay, cats. You're all good. But instead of putting on an outfit, I decided to take off an outfit. I decided to take off my fears, my worries, my doubts, my feelings and beliefs of not enough, my feelings of inadequacy and feelings of hiding. Anybody have those? Take it off and just allow your divine essence to flow. So today I'm revealing the divine I am love, the divine I am faith, the divine I am authentic will, the divine I am wisdom, the divine I am moving forward with joy and grace in my heart, regardless of what happens in my life. Woo! We have been in a flow. We have been in a week in the middle of our fall enrichment program where we are learning about the flow of prayer, where we're learning about kind of the components as they have been reimagined and in this book, Discover Your Divinity, by two beautiful Unity ministers. And it has been, if you're part of a small group, we get the opportunity to really discuss them and dive down into them and pull up our questions. What the heck are they talking about in here? To wrestle with things in order to unfold into a greater understanding and a greater awareness of our beingness, a greater understanding and awareness of being 100% human and 100% divine, all at the same time. And how does that show up for us, and how do we move through it? So the last few weeks, we've been talking about the details in each one of those components, and today we're jumping into Chapter 7, and Chapter 7 is all about living in the flow of prayer, of actually being in the flow process. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then at the end we're going to have a little experience of being in that flow of prayer. Does that sound good? Yes. Now, affirmative prayer is fundamentally different than a traditional prayer. From a traditional prayer standpoint, we are often looking outside of us. We're looking up to the heavens. We're looking for some being in the sky. We're looking for something to happen out there, for some people to change, for some things to change, for some condition to change. That's traditional prayer when we're seeking and asking and pleading. And affirmative prayer is a little bit different. In traditional prayer, we're usually asking God to save us or to give us something external. But in affirmative prayer is knowing that you are already one. All of those things that we're seeking and looking for out in the world is our sense of separation from God. All of our stresses and strains are not knowing that divine essence within us and living from that. So affirmative prayer helps remind us that you are already one. And it helps us shift from separation mindset to spiritual mindset. We shift from the I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm a horrible person, or they're horrible people, or whatever's happening in my life is terrible, to I'm one with God, the source of all things. I'm one with God, the allness of life, love, and wisdom. Divine mind, I'm one with it. Divine love, I'm one with it. Divine peace, I experience it when I know my divinity and when I lean into it just a little bit more. So what is affirmative prayer? Well, in their book, the definition of affirmative prayer is this. Affirmative prayer is anchored in our divine humanity. We were wondering, are we divinely human or humanly divine? So there you go. We're divine humanity. It asks us to move past petitioning, begging, pleading, or trying to get God to do something for us. And it's about our own awakening to what we are capable of being and doing in the world when we remember our spiritual identity. Now, that spiritual identity is something that has been around for years and years and years. In fact, Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. So stop seeking out there and turn within and know God in you. I love that phrase, that idea that God is in you like the ocean is in the wave, that Eric Butterworth says. And I added, and we are in God like the current is in the ocean, because we give the flow, we give shape and form to the ocean. And I love Thich Nhat Hanh's realization of awakening and enlightenment is the wave knowing it's the ocean. We're it. And we don't have to be it from an ego perspective. We don't have to worry about pushing ego aside or pushing our humanity aside, because the goal is to have humanity live into that and serve that divine purpose, to honor and be a part of that divine expression. That's what we're here to do. So no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, no matter what condition you find yourself in, know that you are one with God. Affirmative prayer is progressive unfolding. I love how the authors talk about it as the unfurling of a fern, oh my gosh, I can't even say it. A fern frond unfolding. Say that 5 times fast. So you know those ferns, that they just kind of unfold as they grow. And they unfold and they become. And it's not once. There's just not one frond unfolding. It's a whole bush. So we all have different aspects of us continually unfolding. There's no end point per se, but there's no goal. It's just an unfolding. So anything that you do to take you one step forward to that understanding will change you, will change your life and move you into a different experience of things. We usually come at prayer from a condition. That's how human beings usually do it. Well, I'll pray when I have something going on. Now, we might pray, just make it a practice and do it every day. But here's the thing. Prayer, an affirmative prayer, is applicable in every situation. Affirmative prayer is applicable when you are celebrating the joys of life, when you're excited and joyful, to remind yourself that this joy and excitement is coming from that connection within you, coming from that love that's within you. And in those times when we feel separate, when we're feeling stressed, when we're feeling strained, when we're feeling like I'm not enough, affirmative prayer reminds us and brings us back into touch with that idea that God is present within you. You are love and you are loved. And therefore you can be loving to yourself. You can be loving to people around you. You can be kind and compassionate to yourself. And you can be kind and compassionate to the people around you. So affirmative prayer takes us from that struggling standpoint and moves us into our spiritual power that lifts us up, that energizes us. Now, it's not spiritual bypassing. There's a phrase in that has come up in New Thought, and we use it for a lot of different things. But spiritual bypassing is very simple. It's pretending things don't exist. It's pretending this situation doesn't exist, or this condition. Just pretending it doesn't exist. That's spiritual bypassing. In affirmative prayer, we're acknowledging this is what is in the moment. This is what is. I don't identify with what is, though, in that moment. Affirmative prayer is identifying with that divine nature that is within me. So instead of ignoring it, I say, well, here's what is, and I am so much more. Affirmative prayer is about changing our consciousness. Listen to this. We do not attempt to control the condition with affirmative prayer. Everyone take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Instead, we open to a shift in our consciousness that transforms how we experience conditions and heal at the level of the mind. It's about transforming our mind. It's about renewing our mind. It's about taking off some of those lenses and getting into that flow of spirit. It's reminding ourselves that we are one with that infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. The purpose of affirmative prayer is to align with whatever divine principle will meet, heal, and transform a false sense of separation. We focus on the purpose of prayer, on what we want to realize and experience. Last week, Casey did a wonderful talk, and there's some worksheets still back there on what divine aspect do you want to draw on that will empower you? What divine aspect do you want to draw on that will lift your sense of consciousness, that will lift your sense of well-being? See, all transformation begins first in mind. And affirmative prayer is the method through which we transform our lives, through the transformation of our mind. Now, I know that for me, it's that process of of just taking one step at a time, looking at one aspect of me at a time, not worrying about, setting the bar way up here. I've got to be all of these things. Just know, okay, here's where I'm at. I just want to take one step forward to embrace more of this divinity, to embrace more of this love, this kindness, this compassion. And when we take that one step forward, we are transforming our lives. That has been my experience of affirmative prayer over the 40 years that I've been practicing it. It has been transformative to me since I was in YOU as a high schooler, learning how to pray, and since up until today. And every time I go into it, I learn more, and I realize more. I take off more of those costumes and let myself be more present to what is. So the book talks about 5 movements of prayer, 5 unfolding in prayer. The traditional unity prayer has 5 phases. And we labeled them a little bit differently, but what I've learned through this process is understanding a little bit more about each phase helps me grow a little bit more. So the first phase is opening. It's just saying, yes, I'm ready. I'm open, and I'm willing. I'm willing to step into this experience to allow my divinity to shine forward. And if you don't like that word divinity, that's okay. Use your better self. Use the universe, the isness, the allness. Use divine love. Use spirit. Whatever aspect of it you want to talk about it. Because it's really personal for you. And when you make it personal for you, that's when it has power. It's not a rote, saying that we just say over and over again. I let go and I let God. A beautiful prayer, but it becomes words unless you're really letting go. And really letting God. Most of the time is, I let go and let God do what I want to have happen. What's wrong with that? Why didn't it happen? I don't understand. So step 1, being open and willing to release and to make some space within us. Step 2 is they call it recognizing God is. And for me, this is the point where I'm consciously shifting from my conditions and experiences of the world to my inner spiritual power. Shifting from all of the complaints, all of the stresses, all of the strains, to my inner spiritual knowing God is. Knowing I'm one with the universe. Knowing that I can change my experience, my thinking about it, so that I can show up better and have a different experience and have a more blessed experience. Step 3 is integrating the I am. Now this is where we're actually in active meditation. And active meditation for me has always been that tool that allows me to sink into spirit, that allows me to quiet my mind, that enables me to allow my emotions to settle, my body begins to settle. And there's a term in unity called the silence, which they didn't talk about in the book, but the silence is that aha moment, that awakening moment, when my mind is at rest. The silence is not the same as being silent. I got a whole bag of here waiting for you. It's not that kind of silence. You can tell your mind, just be quiet. Good luck with that. My mind's already arguing with me. But when we go into meditation, we get to a moment in time where there is just silence. And in that moment, and it doesn't have to be a long time, it could be an instant. And in that instant, we're one. And you can practice and practice to string those instances together, and you can practice and practice so that you can have that presence, that knowing when you go to work in the morning, when you go to fill up gas. Anybody still fill up gas? We have a van, so I do have to fill up gas every once in a while. My electric car ran out of gas yesterday. I didn't know that they had a little 12-volt battery, and it just stopped working. But thank goodness Kent was here with his electric car, and his 12-volt battery was working, so I'm up and running again. That was a long story about nothing. It's kind of like Seinfeld, George Costanza. So we're here meditation brings us into a point where our separation dissolves. That's all it is. The separation, that sense just dissolves. And then we're in spirit. And then we say, aha. Anybody say aha before? Yeah, that's what Charles Fillmore called it. The great aha moment is the realization that I'm there. The realization that, oh, this is wonderful. And that realization is what we call a prayer consciousness. Because we're coming, that mind action is coming from that state of I am. So the aha moment, it's not an external thing, something changing out there with all of those knuckleheads out there. You know the ones I'm talking about. It's changing in here and in here. It's changing me so that I can be more present. And that's the realization that I can be a peaceful presence. That's a realization that I have abundance in my life. And a realization that I know I'm one with the infinite flow of God. And I can bring that into my life in every aspect. And then the fifth practice, the fifth movement is appreciation. Now, I always like to call this gratitude. And gratitude is a part of it, for we feel grateful for something. Anybody ever feel grateful? I'm asking these questions just to see if make sure you're all still awake. We felt grateful before, right? And appreciation is the act of giving good to that gratefulness. It's giving words and motion and movement to that gratefulness, to that feeling of gratitude. Appreciation is an active blessing of the world, an active blessing of yourself or someone else. So when we appreciate, we shift our consciousness. We're not petitioning for a specific outcome. We're experiencing a new understanding and awareness, and we are empowered to live more fully. How does that sound? Well, let's practice, shall we? We're going to go through, it won't be very long, maybe 5-10 minutes at the most. I got my timer. And in each movement, here's the thing, you don't have to know it all. You don't have to understand it all. When you find yourself in one of those phases, moving a little bit forward towards understanding or feeling a little bit more of that experience, you are changing your consciousness. You are changing your life, and you're changing the world. So let's take that into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer. I'm going to invite you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath, to relax, to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or soften your gaze. As we begin to move from this outer experience of life to release and let go of the stresses and strains, the judgments, the constraints that we put on ourselves, the beliefs, to release them and say, I'm ready. I am open. I am willing. I am ready. I am open. I am willing. Together. I am ready. I am open. I am willing. In this moment, I quiet my mind, open my heart, and choose to allow myself the possibility of a new perspective, one that is grounded in spiritual principle and in my infinite potential. In this moment, I consciously open to what is possible as I breathe into the stillness of the silence. There is only one presence, one power active in my life and in all the universe. God, the good, the omnipotence. I breathe into this experience of God, this presence within me, this presence all around me, the infinite wisdom, intelligence, and potential. I recognize the love that is everywhere present, harmonizing and unifying all that there is. That love is available and accessible right now as I breathe into the stillness of the silence. Breathing into this present moment, I know I am one with the infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. I follow my breath into that experience of oneness. As I affirm, I joyfully claim my divine identity. I am one with universal presence. I am one with wisdom. As I breathe into the stillness of the silence. I am one with the infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. Embracing strength as my true nature and my true name, I bring purpose and determination to this experience. I have the fortitude and steadfastness to navigate the schedule, shifts, and any other perceived obstacles. I am strong. I am steadfast. I am determined to proceed. As I breathe into the stillness of the silence. I am grateful for this present moment. I appreciate the energy that flows through me, the love that enfolds me. I appreciate my spiritual power and my ability to be kind and compassionate to others. I appreciate the joyful experience of the air conditioner, the jingle of joyful callers, the energy and love from my friends and neighbors. I appreciate the joy that we share with one another every Sunday. I appreciate the love and the kindness that we extend to one another. I appreciate the willingness to wrestle with new ideas so that I may grow stronger spiritually, so that I may shine brighter in my life, so that others may see that light and find the light within themselves. We are one with this infinite flow of life, love, and wisdom. Together we allow this energy to flow from us with ease and grace. We bless one another in this room here and now. We bless everyone who's online watching live or during the week. We bless our whole spiritual community. We bless our friends and family by sending that energy of love, the harmonizing, prospering energy of spirit flows out into the world now, and we make it a brighter place. The kingdom of God is within, and I live in that kingdom every moment of the day as I remember my oneness. We surround our prayers in our prayer chest, all of the prayers that have come in person or online. We surround them with love, knowing divine love is doing its perfect work in this very moment, uplifting each person, helping them discover that divine essence within them, and allowing that divine essence to shine in everything they do. If there's somebody who you hold in prayer, I invite you to say their name out loud or bring their name to mind. Divine love is doing its perfect work in this very moment, expressing, uplifting, enlightening, one breath at a time. Together we send this loving energy out into the world, blessing all of humanity as we move through this experience of life together. Whatever the disagreements and arguments are, love, wisdom, and creative intelligence finds a way. We send this love out to our planet, blessing it from the center of its core to the outer edges of its atmosphere and beyond as we bless all of humanity with love. Divine love is within each one of us, like the ocean is in the wave. And we are the current that gives divine love motion, that creates the waves, that brings the vital life energy. And in this we are grateful. We appreciate this experience and this time together. Let us now celebrate by singing the Alleluia.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
then with a nice deep breath, we return our attention to this time and this space and this energy that is within us. We allow this energy of spirit to flow through us, yes? We allow this energy of love to be bubbling up within us so that we can share that love with the world, yes? Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover that spiritual magnificence within you and to express it into the world with ease and grace. We are here because of our generous donations to this spiritual center. We are a self-sustaining spiritual community. There are so many ways in which you can give to our spiritual community. If you want to give a donation here in the sanctuary, there's a box in this window, a silver box here, and a silver box in the back that says Love Offering, or you can give online. But however you give to life, whenever you're giving to life, give with love. For when we give with love, we receive love overflowing. Our affirmation is on the screen, and I invite you to affirm it with me. Together, divine love from me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Sing it with me, here we go. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Shine all over the world. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine.
Woo! They're shining the light, right? Are you shining the light? Let's stay standing. How convenient. And let's, you know how like in The Wizard of Oz where the Wicked Witch has the vibes coming out of her fingers? Well, let's switch
I'll
that
get
up.
you,
Let's
my
send the
pretty.
positive vibes. What? My pretty? Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're going to send the positive energy. So the blessing that we say is coming up on the screen. Oh, it's up there. Okay. Turn to your buddies. Ready? I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I behold the light in you, my pretties. You may be seated. Well, as you know, we have a whole lot of stuff going on here at Unity every week. And today and tomorrow and next week are no exception. So first, we are having the Bring Your Own Lunch Brunch today in the courtyard right after service. The lovely and talented June Riley is a little under the weather, but Dave and Emmy are going to pinch it for June, so the show goes on. If you've never been to this, just hang out in the courtyard with Dave and Emmy. There are icebreakers and there are ideas about what to talk about. So if you're a little bit shy about getting to know people, this is a great way to do it. And we do this every fourth Sunday of the month. Next, our board tomorrow night at 6:30 right here in the Learning Center or on Zoom. is meeting, and every other week, every other month, our board hosts an Envision session with the board. So there's not, it's not like nitty-gritty board business here. This is about unity and what we're here for and who we are as a community. And there's a little reflection time at the end where you can share your thoughts. So please join the board tomorrow night at 6:30 here or on Zoom. Next weekend, there will be, is that next weekend? It is next weekend. John is hosting the community member orientation. So remember, we have different levels of sort of commitment to unity here. And if you've decided that you want to make unity your spiritual home, that's what the community member is all about. And so John is going to lead this. It's next week right after service. You don't need to sign up. You just show up in the Learning Center right after service and learn about how to be a community member with Unity. The last thing is, actually there's two things. Frances, she's back there with the little pumpkin lights flashing, people, okay? Appropriately, because there is a fall sale in the bookstore. So we're going to have a chilly week. Like tomorrow, it's going to be a little cold. You know what you need? A scarf from the bookstore, which happens to be on sale. Scarves and CDs are going to be on sale in the bookstore. And then speaking of chili, get it? Two different kinds of chili. On the 15th of, I know, okay, get the hook, get her off of there. On the 15th of December, there's going to be a cookies, carols, and chili, what a combo, session It's going to be at 5 o'clock. There's a sign-up sheet in the bookstore. Is there going to be online sign-ups? Sign-up sheet on the welcome table. So go to the bookstore, get a scarf, then go out and sign up for your chili and cookies. It's going to be great. The other thing, I mentioned this last week. This is an awesome event that Margot organizes. There she goes. She's already got her toy. She's already got her toy. Her new unwrapped toy. Yeah, don't put that puzzle together first. I know you might want to try it out, okay? On the 2nd of December, this is something that we do at Unity every year thanks to Margot's organization, and that is, it's a toy drive, there's Christmas carols, it's just a great time. So be sure to look out for that. So all of these things are on our website at unitypaloalto.org/activities. There's lots of ways to participate and share the good news that is Unity Palo Alto, right? I forgot my little sample book. That's okay. That's okay. I'll wing it. If you are new to Unity, I'll go get it. Hold on. Forgot my props. If you are new to Unity, we invite you to fill out, there's a little Connect card in the pew in front of you. You can take that to the bookstore, and you can get one of these. It's a little booklet called 30 Days of Living with Intention. Today I Am. Now, if you're here at Unity long enough, you might move up to getting a shirt that says I am. But for now, we've got a little booklet. So if you're new to Unity and you want to learn more about Unity, plus, again, bookstore, scarf sale. Okay, just saying. What else we got? Our prayer chaplains. Can our prayer chaplains please stand? Karen and Emmy. If you are wanting to practice some affirmative prayer today, if you are needing someone to hold sacred space for you, if you want to affirm who you are and just have someone witness that, Karen and Emmy will be right here in the sanctuary to help you do that. And thank you for serving our community, Karen and Emmy. And now it's time for the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy.
And now our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, you beautiful beings. Have a wonderful week. Happy Halloween.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. High and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see